Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at Algorand. It's actually moved up a bit higher than we had anticipated, so we're going to be talking about what potential options there are, so make sure you stay around to the end of the video so you don't miss those out. Okay, before we jump into that though, I'd like to say thank you for watching the video. If you're enjoying the content, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you're watching and you like these algo videos, you may as well subscribe, turn on those bell notifications so you don't miss any videos we put out. Also, leave us some feedback down below as to whether you think we have a bottom in for this or whether you think we still have some lower prices. I'd be interested to hear what you guys have to say. Okay, so let's get into the video. So there is a few things we need to talk about. I am still looking for this fourth wave. It is possible that this could have actually completed already and we could be looking to break down from this point. So we're going to go over this option first. And basically within this, what we'd be looking at is the potential, because of this move to the upside here, there's been a few of these legs within this, which are basically not giving me a great deal of confidence in the structure as an impulse. It is possible still, but we just need to have a look at both sides of the coin. And what we'd be looking for, the potential here, is a WXY. So what this would be is basically within this move, we'd look at this as an ABC to the upside here for this W wave, and then we'd be looking for this X wave as a connector within this. So the reason why I'm looking at it like this is because this X wave, if we have a look back here at the previous structure, there isn't really anything that sort of matches it. So it is possible that this is actually just a connector wave and that we are looking to form this Y wave to the upside. So this Y wave target would actually be this 2159 at a 1-to-1. It is, however, possible that we can say that it's completed here. And we can look at this as an A, a B, and a C wave to the upside. If this is the case, effectively we could have a completed move here and we could be looking to break down towards this zone here, which if I have a look is this 1502 down to this 1355 as a fifth wave, typical fifth wave target. We don't have confirmation of this yet, so we would have to be careful about saying that this is completed before it is because alternatively, what we could get in here is we could get a retracement to the downside and then look for that push to the upside one more time. So within that, what we'd be looking for is the potential that if we were looking for this to become a bigger, for this Y wave to extend out back sort of towards those zones, we could actually still look for this to be an A wave up here, look for this B wave retracement, and then still look for that leg to the upside. So an interesting area here would be this 50%. There's some consolidation within here. And alternatively, this 0.618 is also quite an interesting zone. Though really it can go all the way down to the 0.786 at 1860 without any sort of issues. If, however, we do move down past this 1804, I would not be looking for this Y wave continuation, and I would be looking at this potentially as a completed move here. So we just need to give it some time to see how it plays out. But if we do actually manage to find support back in this zone, then we could be looking to push higher. Pushing above this 2258 would invalidate the idea of having this fourth wave that we have here. So it is possible that we could look to invalidate it. So we're just having a look at all the different options here and trying to ascertain which one we think is actually playing out. So within this move, like I said, we could have this as a bigger corrective structure. Even if this Y wave is completed here though, basically what we would have to be aware of is that we could have this as a completed move here as an A. We could look for retracement for a B and then look for that push to the upside. So that area that I'd be keeping a track of is basically this 1825 to the 1691 zone. This would be an area we'd be looking to target out as a support zone. So if this was looking to progress to the upside as a bigger move, we could expect a move down into these zones. So the 50% has some consolidation on this area, and then also anywhere down towards the 786. So we could look to move anywhere between this zone. That 50%, for instance, is quite interesting. So if we did move to that 50%, effectively we could then look at a bigger structure here, which could, if I drag this to the upside and put that 1-to-1 on that B wave, could look to target up higher up here towards this 2375. This would, however, invalidate the current structure that we are tracking, and we would have to keep an eye on I would have to reevaluate those moves and see basically where we think it's going. Okay, so that is basically the idea of still looking for this fourth wave. I'm going to turn this off now, and what we're going to have a look at is I'm going to clear off some of these moves here so they don't get in the way of our... We're actually also going to turn this off so that it's nice and clear. So we were talking about the potential of having an extension within these waves where we could be looking for a 5-wave move. So for the most part, this is still valid. We're looking at this as a 1, 2. All of this is a 3 into this high point, and then looking for the potential of having a 4th wave here. So the 4th wave zone is actually this whole green box area, which is this 1987 to this 1929, well, actually all the way down to this 1885 zone. This would be a 0.382, this 1929, and we can see that this actually, if we were going to treat this as a 5-wave move, what we'd have to do is look at this as a 1, 2, 3. This would be a 4th and a 5th wave to the upside. So that would effectively be a previous 4th wave, which is quite interesting because that's sometimes where we will end up with a retracement in that zone of that 4th wave. So it is possible that we look to move into this zone with this 4th wave and then look to push up for this 5th wave. It is also possible, however, that the 4th wave is completed here and that we've already started this move to the upside. And if that's the case, what we'd be looking for is this is a potential 1, 2, and we'd want to start to move up and break these highs here at this 20 cent 83, and then looking towards this target zone here. So this target area would be this 21.83 to this 21.20 zone. So that would be an area we could look to target out as a 5th wave. However, if we're looking at this move here, there is also potential we could start to break down further. Like I said, we could be looking for this lower range here. And the way we can look at this is potentially that this is an ABC pattern here where we have a 3-wave move here. So this all becomes an A wave. Then we could be looking to form a B wave and then look to push down for that C wave. So depending exactly where this B wave comes up to, it is possible that we could still look to move slightly further down and look to target out this zone of this 0.382. We might only come down and look to hit the top ends of these moves, or we could actually progress further. We'll have to wait and see. Moving back above this high point here, though, that we talked about, this 2083 would actually invalidate the potential of that green ABC, and we'd have to look at this as a potentially completed move here, looking for this 5th wave to the upside. So the thing is within this move is there is potential that this could start to break down in a 5-wave structure, and we'd have to look at it as potentially a 1-2-1-2 situation. Although if we do move back up past this zone here of 2054, then effectively we would invalidate that. But we could be looking for something like this where we form a 1-2 could potentially be completed already, and then we just look to break down for this 3rd wave. So confirmation of this would be by moving down past this zone here of 1903. That could then be a 3rd wave, looking for this 4th wave and then that additional 5th wave to the downside. If that does play out, then effectively we could have an additional 1-2 within this, where that actually forms a bigger 5-wave move to the downside. This would, however, look to potentially break this low point and would invalidate this potential of having this 4th wave to the this 4th wave complete down and this 5th wave to the upside. It would indicate that potentially either this could be a wave 1 of the next move to the downside, or alternatively this could just be an A wave, we form a B wave, and we form that C wave push down lower, potentially into some of these zones that we talked about, this 50%, 61.8, something like that. So we'd have to give it some time to play out, but for as long as we stay below this point here of this 2083, we need to be aware that this could actually start to progress to the downside in a more impulsive structure. Though, like I said, it's not guaranteed at the moment. For the time being, there's so many possibilities within these waves. There's even the potential that if we do manage to find support in this zone here, so if I look at this move here, this 50%, so it is also possible we could look to even extend further to the upside here. Now this would be a more bullish option is where we look to come down into this zone, maybe test out this 618 and then look for a bigger third wave to the upside. And then this would actually mean that within this structure we would have potentially a 1 2 1 2, so a 1 2 1 2 1 2, which would be very bullish, but it's far too early to tell, and we need to see how these waves react. If we were looking for this potential, basically what we'd be looking for is a move back down into this zone, and then we'd be looking for that push to the upside, that push up to if I had a look here, let's get into this low point, up into this high point here, down into there. Confirmation only really would come by moving above this 24.34. So there is potential that we could start to see some progression to the upside like this, though it's not very likely in my opinion, especially with the current counts on BTC and ETH. And if you'd like more information about that, you can check the videos out. There's a bit more confirmation needed before we get too bullish. I think we need to be careful here because we've not taken out these high points and we could still look to break down. So yeah, that's my take on it anyway, and I hope you found the video useful. If you did, let me know down in the comment section below. Leave us a like and a subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I hope that everyone has a great day, and we'll see each other in the next video. Take care out there, everybody.